I do, and I have those conversations a lot with friends and with peers or whatever, and it's sad because, like you said, back in the day, if Nas dropped the album, like if he dropped Illmatic, he might have dropped, it was written 2 years later.
Yeah.
Because now we're not giving the music time to resonate, to build, to grow for, you know, the eyes and the ears that properly need to hear it and get a hold of it. We're not allowing them to get the chance to because they're missing out on certain records and certain albums because they're looking for the next. Or they might have not caught that. So they might catch what you do 6 months and everything you did 6 months prior to that, they missed it all. So now when you're like, well, when you're putting out a new tape, it's like, I just put one out like 2 months ago. Like, where were you at? But things move so fast and music comes so much, and like you said, songs and mixtapes and people rapping over other people's songs and everything, and it's like it's too cluttered. So I wish it would, you know, kind of scale back and we put more quality into the music and take our time into making great projects instead of just kind of, you know, it's the old saying, it's quality over quantity. And, you know, I wish that we would get back to that. Like if it takes that time, then it takes that time. But I just want to put together a great body of work. You know, I'm more of a, you know, I guess we call it an album artist. You know, I'm not a mixtape artist. I'm not an artist who's going to do a lot of records over, you know, the most popular club record right now, a radio record. I'm going to take my time and try to make the best product that I can. So if it does take me 5 years, 10 years, or however long, then I'll do it. Like, look at someone like D'Angelo. You know, he put out, what was it, like 10 years?
I think it was 10 years. 98 was...
I think, So maybe a little bit more than 10 years. Yeah, so since Voodoo and now with the Vanguard joint, so it's like it's still great music. And he's still doing what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. And as long as I feel like you're able to take care of your family and do the things you need to do, you should definitely take time and focus on the music and the quality of it. And but like you said, I think a lot of people are just racing against time or racing against competing with everybody else because what everybody else is doing. And you know, I had this conversation again. Some artists are good at just throwing out music and it still stick, but some people have to take a little bit of time. We all have different writing processes. Yeah, definitely. You know, I see it a lot, you know, in my day-to-day life, or even if it's on social media and things like that. Like, people kind of hold you at a level where it's like, well, you have the opportunity to be kind of a voice for us or for the religion or for the people, you know. And some people look at it like, well, you don't speak for us because of that, you know what I mean? Because like, oh, well, you got tattoos and you know, you hang with this person, or you do, you know, so it might be like, well, you're not godly enough, like, you know, and that was going to the point, like, who's to judge me and say that just because I have tattoos, I'm not a pure or the most righteous Muslim. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, we all live, you know, and we all learn as we live. So that's really another point of that record and point of those lyrics. But I definitely feel like I'm held up to a certain degree of, you know, keeping it positive, keeping it, you know, speaking and being a voice. And I try to do that consciously as well, you know, in my music. I try not to say certain things or to portray certain things and I will never portray things that's not me anyway, but I try to stay as honest and true to myself and the religion and kind of the morals that I've been brought up on through family and through the religion. Really, definitely, I think that people already have like a notion of who I am or what it should sound like or what I should be like. You know, people say, oh, well, you're supposed to rap about this or you're supposed to rap about that or you shouldn't say that. And it's like, who says? Because like you said, it's art. You know, it's just like if it was taken, like, and people will blame me for I mean, not that they haven't, but any artist in general, like any hip-hop artist, they'll blame for violence or for crimes or for the mistreating of women or anything like that because of the music. But what about the movies that people are watching that have those same things? And you know, that's not being blamed for it. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel like people look at me and they kind of see the beard, they see you know, they see how I am in interviews and what I speak about and how I, you know, kind of speak openly and freely about my religion and my beliefs, you know, at times, whether it's on social media or through interviews or sometimes in the music as well. And people will expect like, oh, you're supposed to kind of be like Malcolm X, you this righteous brother, like you know what I mean? Like, but I don't have to be that all the time, you know what I'm saying? But there is times when I feel like I do need to be that way. And I think there's a time and a place for everything and a voice for everything as well. And I just try to pick my battles. And I'll never speak on things that I'm not knowledgeable to speak on as well.